Keep it low.
Well, okay. ScholarRadio.org.uk this afternoon. Big up yourselves for those in tune. In terms of health and conditions, we're going to speak to our special guest, Miss Antonio, in a short while right now. So give yourself time to get involved and sort yourselves out, and we're going to talk to her about Shamarla. We're going to talk to her right now, see if we can give her a call, and of course, join us in this conversation this morning. If you're one of those people with concerns about your health and problems, probably what she may say to you may help you in many different ways, and give you the right guidance that you're looking for, some comfort in terms of whatever happens around your lifestyle. It could be food, it could be all kind of different kind of things that she could probably help you with. Let's see what she's saying right now. Let's give her a call here right now this afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Shamarla.
Good afternoon. You okay?
I'm very good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us here on scholarradio.org.uk.
You're very welcome.
And of course, you have an ad with us on our platform in terms of the Impact for Life. Mm-hmm. Before we go any further, tell us a little bit about Impact for Life.
Brilliant. Well, thanks again for having me this afternoon. So Impact for Life Wellbeing is a not-for-profit organisation based here in the West Midlands in Birmingham, and we provide and deliver a whole host of fitness, health and wellbeing programmes and activities, and we deliver them right across the country really, and it's about really making fitness and wellbeing activities and services more accessible, particularly more accessible to marginalised and vulnerable groups who otherwise would not have an opportunity to engage in these activities and services. We want to spread the health is wealth message as far and wide as we can, and we do that through various activities and programs and things that we deliver.
Mm-hmm. How did you get started? What made you decide to do that?
So next month we will be 4 years young.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of the organisation because it was born out of my passion, which is sort of two-pronged. One, I have a real passion for fitness and exercise and just being active. Mm-hmm. So that's one of my passions, and the other passion is about helping people. And I just, nearly 4 years ago, I just sort of had this brainwave moment where I thought, is it possible that I could merge my two passions and actually, deliver something that would fill a gap and bridge a gap, and actually help people. And here we are nearly 4 years later.
Okay, so 4 years ago it was a brainwave that you had. So
Indeed.
Today's time right now, how many members do you have?
So over the 4 years, I wouldn't be able to put a number in terms of how many individuals that we have engaged through our activities, but it would definitely be into the thousands.
Wow.
Okay. We set up, I think it was roughly about 6 months before the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
Oh.
And as I'm sure you're aware, the pandemic, it has been and continues to be, very, very horrendous and very, very challenging for a number of individuals. But we were able to, throughout the pandemic, we were able to deliver our fitness, health and wellbeing programs and activities through sort of delivering virtually and online. We're very proud that, during a very, very difficult time, we were able to really help and provide much needed therapeutic services, coaching and mentoring services, as well as online exercise activities, etc., to help people through that difficult period.
So you talk about online activities, and is it a set program or is it a live program?
So we deliver lots and lots of different programs. Our programs are very bespoke, and they are personalised to the needs of the client. We deliver to a lot of individuals, but also to a lot of voluntary groups and organisations. Over 50s and over 60s groups. We go into residential homes, we go into schools, we do corporate wellbeing, where we go into organisations and deliver lunch and learn programs and activities for staff on site. So we deliver a whole host of programs. But one thing that I encourage people to do is to check out our social media, our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and also our website, because we keep our channels very up to date with what we're doing at that moment in time. Things that people can engage in at the moment include our community cycling club. So we've got a community cycling club which is free. We just ask members of the community, 16 years old and over, to come along, and they can engage in cycling in the community. We provide the bicycles, the helmets, etc. All they need to do is bring themselves, bring some energy, bring some positive vibes, and we'll take it over from there.
So when you talk about obviously bringing all the safety equipment and just bring themselves, it's where would that actually be?
Right, so at the moment we've got two bases for our community cycling club. The main one that we use at the moment is in Edgbaston, the Edgbaston Reservoir. Beautiful setting for us to, engage in lead rides around the reservoir. And with the weather starting, I know we've got a lot of wet weather at the moment, but the weather is starting to warm up, so it's a great time for members of the community to embark on their health is wealth journey with us, really. The other base that we have is in Great Bar.
Now, people listening to this from different areas of the West Midlands. Obviously, some people might say the traveling's a bit far to get to those places you just mentioned a while ago.
Of course.
Anything near this side of Dudley, Wolverhampton, that side that they can go to?
Not specifically, but again, if they reach out, if they get in touch via text, via phone, via social media, we will see what we are able to do in terms of, where we can provide a service to them. We will. If we don't directly have anything operating in that area, we would invite the community to engage in our online activities and resources which they can access. But again, if that's not something that they wish to do, we will always signpost them to other activities and organisations delivering in their areas.
Now, does that kind of facilities and those services, especially the local authorities, would have had a number of the things that you've just mentioned?
Yes.
Obviously, joining their membership, and of course, yes. You've also discussed various health situations where health is wealth, and that is something that many of us are looking at right now because of so many different things happening around the world in terms of the food, the products, and the information that's been given to us. And just the other day we were talking about something to do with the stuff that they say that's good is good and what is good is not good for us, vice versa. There's a lot of mix-up in that situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are, as you've just said, there are so many mixed messages. There are so many things out there, ranging from chemicals in the air to things that they're putting into the foods to things that are in the hair products and the skin products that we use. It's ongoing and it's endless. We can only do as much as we can as individuals to protect and safeguard ourselves, but it starts from within. If we build up, a good defense system in terms of our immune system, our digestive system, etc. If we really build up a robust system, it will make it very difficult for these dangerous and harmful chemicals and things to really have any negative impact upon us. But it really does start with us, and we do have to take that first step. We can all think of 1,000,001 reasons why we don't have the time, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources to engage in health and well-being programs and activities, but we must put an end to the excuses and take that first step.
That is quite true. The excuse that some people have just not to do or take part in some things like what you just talked about does play a crucial part when it comes to sickness. And when you've asked the questions about the fact, why did you leave it so late?
That's right.
To make that decision to change your lifestyle or to do something different that could make a lot of difference, even just to give you a couple more years in life.
Right.
I think that a lot of people need to spend more time looking at the website and looking at things that can help them in many different ways.
Yeah.
Even if it's not themselves, for themselves, somebody else might need that helping hand that they can pass that information on to somebody else rather than worry about the downs and the falls of society.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only way to get healthy is to lift yourself up and get yourself out of that muddy situation.
That's right. And the definition of, I think it's madness or insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and over. So I would encourage and urge the listeners that if they want a different outcome, that they need to do something different. And I'm not saying that things change overnight, but consistency is key, and it starts by taking that first step.
Of course. Okay, so on the 29th of this month, activities at the Edgbaston Wood Drive. Tell us a bit more, just to sort of round it up right now.
Yes, I'm really excited about our upcoming Health and Wellness Community Fun Day. It's going to be a fantastic day, God willing. Hopefully it will be a nice dry day, but we've got lots of exciting activities planned for the community. It's a free event, and we're asking for the community to share the information and the event with their friends, with their family, with their colleagues. Please come down to the Edgbaston Community Centre, 40 Woodview Drive, B152HU, on Saturday the 29th of July, 2 till 6. We've got bouncy castles, we've got Asian food, we've got Caribbean food, we've got the smoothie bike where you'll be making nutritious and tasty smoothies. We've got soca aerobics, we've got Pilates, we've got what have we got? We've got Pilates, we've got Tai Chi. We've just got lots and lots of exciting activities for the community.
So you've got something for every nationality out there right now.
Absolutely. From the young children right up to the over 60s, we've got something for everyone.
Okay.
There's health advice on hand also. The NHS will be there. The NHS Blood and Transplants team will be there. There will be, raising awareness really to the Black and Asian community on the importance of donors coming forward. There's a huge shortage of Black donors in terms of registering and signing up for blood and organ donation. So I've asked the NHS to come down and really just to debunk some of the myths that are out there, and also just to enlighten the community and give them some hopefully really informative information that will help them to make that right decision. Okay.
And also, if they do come down there and want to ask some questions to the NHS, they can always ask.
Indeed.
And give them their support in terms of what they're going through right now.
Definitely. There'll be lots of health advice. Come along with your questions, and we will hopefully have somebody on that day between myself, my team, and also the NHS and other providers to be able to answer it. Okay.
Well, I hope to have you again, and also a good colleague of yours and a friend of mine, Mr. Kelly.
Yes, Tony Kelly. Yeah.
I hope to have the two of you together so we can have a conversation with the audience, so people can actually hear both sides, and rather than just hear one side for one person, I can ask the two of you a question and vice versa. You can relate it back to the people.
That would be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope all the best for the 29th of this month.
Thank you so much.
And I hope to speak to you very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for having me, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Okay, skylineradio.org.uk. There you have it. The voice of course, Shamarla Antonio. That's her surname. Yeah. If you go onto the website and look for further details, you'll find more in there. Of course, www.impactforlife at .org.uk. If you've already got that information, share it with your people on your social media. Share.
For news, interviews, reggae, gospel, reviews, and more around the world, it's The Godfather Show.